that quick. It needs a lot to be maintained. This is my second aircraft, and the let's see here, what did I fix up? The electrical system was bad yesterday when I bought it, and everything showed good when I bought it, but then as soon as I purchased the aircraft, then it was all of a sudden everything needed to be maintained to over $160,000. So I did $60,000 in maintenance yesterday, and so today we'll probably get some more maintenance, but here's like $65,000 of maintenance that needs to be done. But you can still fly these when they need maintenance. However, you're more at risk. So with my insurance, I set it overnight just down to $590 because it's billed every 24 hours. So I don't want to be billed for a whole bunch of money. I don't know if that'll change anything or not, flight hour wise or not, while you're not playing. Still trying to figure out that as well. I've only had the game for like 3 days, but we're just learning together here. So I'll set that back to the premium insurance, so if we do crash, we can get most of our plane back. But yeah, I have the crew set to the one that doesn't need a whole lot of work, just because everything has been maintained on this one. Everything's in good condition. This is my first aircraft. Don't repaint it. I did that last night just to see if you could like change the paint job on it or anything like that. That is not a thing. It just repaints the aircraft so you have mint condition paint, which probably just increases the sell value, but I don't plan on selling this airplane anytime soon. So but this insurance is set to premium as well. I've also found a way that you can make a little bit of money back when you're flying. So if you go to settings and you go to controls, I'm just going to search my input, maybe. So I set my yoke here, or my yoke presets here. This T5, it's this button right here at the top, this little toggle switch here. I use T5, and that adds fuel quantity. Now this is kind of important because as you're flying, you'll see that, hey, you're running low on fuel almost every mission. Not ideal. So you can add fuel, but what I have found, now you're not going to get rich by doing this, you're not going to get rich quick, but you can make a little bit more money just by doing this. And this will offset, maintenance costs a little bit. I mean, it's like I said, you're not making a whole lot of money doing this, but it's something better than nothing. Let's see here. We'll go just fly this mission here. And don't worry when it says no aircraft available. Just accept the mission, because then you can click which plane you want to use and it will transfer your plane to that airport. Once you're in, this is the way I've found to make some money extra. Go into management, go into fuel and payload, and you'll see I have almost full fuel. This is, I think, 94% fuel. So at the end of every mission, you hit your T5 or whatever keybind you set to add fuel, and when you start the next mission, you can actually unfuel and earn about, $3,000, whatever. You can set it to almost nothing. I always go to 10 pounds just because that way, you have a little fuel to start, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you can go 0 and earn all that. So that's an extra $4,000. And if you have, almost next to full fuel, I think this is as full as you can go with the keybind, but defuel the airplane, that offsets maintenance costs. And on bigger planes, that's going to actually come in handy. Like, this is just the Cessna 172, so it doesn't hold, it only holds 344 pounds. That's not a whole lot of fuel compared to like a Cessna Caravan or, bigger airplanes that you're going to be flying. So now you have I'll go back. We have no fuel. Okay, our insurance is set. We're good if we crash, and we know we have to maintain it, about $100,000 to maintain, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to fly it as is. Hit fly, and we'll get moving. I always set my mixture all the way rich, and my throttle at idle. Oh, and I forgot to run my Microsoft or my Logitech. So you gotta run your Logitech Microsoft Flight Simulator plugin every single time you turn the game on right now. It's super annoying, and I always forget, but now all my stuff will start to turn on here. Control E. I think you can actually set that to a different
Captain, are you ready? Great. It's Haroon, your dispatcher, you know. Just a quick reminder about today's job.
One thing you're gonna want to do.
Bulk on board. This is a very important shipment for one of our clients. Needs to get to Bresso promptly. The skids have a good tolerance with turbulences to preserve the cargo, but it's crucial you keep a smooth yet quick flight. If you also ensure timely arrival, high standards of service excellence, and everyone satisfied. Here's to a successful flight.
Love our little debrief there. Briefing, rather.
Innsbruck ground Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf with Oscar request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Cessna Oscar Echo, Bravo Sierra Golf taxi to, and hold short of runway 26 using taxiway cross runway 26. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 via taxiway cross runway 26 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
Alright. Now what I like to do on taxi on the 172 is I like to only set the RPMs once we get moving to about 700. So we'll get moving here, we'll bring it up to about moving a little bit here. And then I'll bring the RPMs down to about 700 or so. That way we're not speeding, but we're also moving at a decent pace. But I hate those speeding penalties.
Innsbruck Tower Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf ready at runway 26 south departure.
Cessna Oscar Echo, Bravo Sierra Golf QH 1031 departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 26.
Alright, now we got our clearance. Now we can take off.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
for south departure.
Innsbruck Tower, Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf, continue for south departure.
Bravo Sierra Golf, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Innsbruck Tower, Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf, frequency change.
So now, I didn't crash. I let the game fast forward itself to landing. So, you get yourself into a pinch, that's one way to get out. Because it's never fun when you're about to crash and lose your airplane. When I'm not streaming, this is super fast.
Lima, India, Mike Bravo traffic Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf 1 miles east, 2,100 feet inbound to land runway 18.
So I set my trim down to -11%. It's just what I have found the easiest trim settings here. That's just what I found the easiest. On final, most stable approach. I don't know if everybody's that way or if it's just me. But it's pretty much a preference, the trim setting.
Bravo traffic Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf is on final runway 18 to land. Lima, India, Mike Bravo traffic Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf is taxiing to parking.
Alright, now we'll taxi. Like I said, we pull up power, we get moving, and then I bring the power back down to about 700 RPMs. Like I said, the RPMs are right over here. So now look at our fuel. We still got 91% fuel. Not sure if that's because we skipped or not, or if it's just because we had full fuel. Normally use about 20-30% of fuel. So it's probably from skipping maybe, I'm not sure. But when we stop and park, I will bring up, I'll hit my T5 and that'll give us full fuel again. So the next mission, we can sell our fuel again. Get another $3,000, $4,000 credits for doing literally nothing. Like I said, that's not going to get you rich quick, but it's going to help offset a little bit of your maintenance costs. You know, your checkups, I think they call them. That wasn't the greatest landing. But I've also found that I'm a little overprotective of my aircrafts, so every time I fly them, I do a checkup on them. Just because I don't want to have an issue where the engine went bad or something. And that was kind of a rough landing, wasn't perfect, so we're going to anyway do a checkup. So you don't have to square up, you just get into this parking spot. There we are. Now we can control spacebar, control shift E, everything shuts down, mission complete. Now let's see how we did here. Yeah, see, not bad. Overflying the airport, that really wasn't my fault, so not bad. And when you do a no-skip bonus on some of these, you can get a lot more XP than 55,000. Last night I was getting like 200, 300,000 XP while I wasn't skipping, but we were almost going to crash. So, and again, this no-skip bonus is a lot larger when you don't skip at all. So 40,000 credits though, not bad. Getting closer to fixing up our airplane. Alright. Let's go to our plane here. Companies. Manage. Let's see. So that offset our checkup, that $3,000 offset our checkup. Now we're at 56. Let's see what we can maintain here. 21,000, 25,000, 2,000. That'll be easy. We'll do that one for sure. And let's see here. And then we'll do our landing gear. Just keeping our maintenance up. I don't think it's necessary to wash your aircraft. It's not, doesn't really do anything for you that I've found. I've done it once. Didn't really do anything for me. So our aircraft is now, I bought it for $219,000, I think. Let's see if I can find out what I bought it for. $218,000. Yep. So call it 18,000. And when I purchased it, it showed everything was in good condition. Well, that wasn't quite accurate. As you can see, it's to maintain. This was to maintain. You know, we had a few things that we had to maintain, and it was at 160,000. Well, now if we sell it, now we're losing a lot. We're losing a lot. So it's not really, and people are like, oh, sell your first airplane. Not worth it. Yeah, you get it for like $28,000 or credits, but then to buy the next one is $200,000. So it's not worth it to sell. You're making so much more money by flying your cheapo aircraft that you got and going from there. Now last night I did it on one of the missions. It had me taxi into a hangar. Like, it wasn't open, it was a closed hangar, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it glitched, maybe I will, you know, taxi through the hangar. Nope, hit the building, game goes, oh, you've crashed. And I was like, oh crap. Well, yeah, it's insured, but I didn't click the next button or whatever it said, to continue or whatever. I went down to my toolbar on the bottom of my screen, and I closed the application. I right-clicked and closed it. And then I opened it back up, opened Microsoft Flight Simulator back up, and my plane, I didn't finish the mission. It acted like I didn't even accept the mission. So nothing was hurt, and no planes were destroyed in the making of that mission. So that was fantastic. So that's definitely something, if you do crash your airplane, either hit escape, and I'll do that. I'll show you what happens when you're flying and you are about to crash, or you just don't want to do it here. Let's see, what do we got for missions? Ooh, 8,630, 7,500. Let's do that one. Oh, that's through the mountains again, though. I really don't like the mountains. Really don't like the mountains. Like, at all. Let's see, let's go back. Let's see if we can find a flatter one here. This is really a mountainous area, though, so I don't think we're going to find a whole lot of non-hilly situations. That's not terrible, but it's only 4,000. Let's see if we zoom out here, what do we get? I try to go for the higher priced ones, because they all say about an hour and a half, 2 hours, so it's not outrageous. This one's 9,000. These are all in the 172. So, and 9,000 really, that's base. So that's not including all your bonuses, your no skip bonus and everything like that. So that's kind of nice. What is this one here? Farah. Let's see if I can find that one. This one here, 5,000. We'll do it. It's looks pretty flat here. Let's see. It's gonna cost us 2,000 credits to get it over there, but it looks really flat. So let's do that. Let's try that. Yeah, it's to maintain. It's gonna cost us 2,100 credits to get it there. Oh well. It's gonna be worth it. And now this time we will not skip, but I will show you what happens. So management, fuel payload, manage, all the way down to nothing. Yeah, we'll go 10. 3,617 credits. Cha-ching. Now we'll go back. I always double check to make sure that that went through. Yep. Back. 340,000 XP for a tiny little flight. 65,000 credits. Let's do it. And this is the aircraft that is needing to be maintained. So yeah, it needs to be maintained for, at the time, 160,000 credits. Oh well, I still flew it. Before even fixing a single thing, I flew it the way it was and didn't have an issue. Now that doesn't mean everybody's not going to have an issue, but that was just my experience. There was no issues that first flight with a plane that needed to be maintained. Alright, let's check this thing out. Do our pre-flight here. In there. Alright, we're going to start our engines.
Hi there. It's Drusilla. Now that you're all set up, let me go over the important details with you. You have boxes of goods behind you. Standard shipment for one of our clients based in Ferrara. Expected in no time at Ferrara. Our sensitive cargo containers are built to handle turbulence, but maintain a constant flight speed. Let's keep our delivery on time and safe. You have all the pertinent information in your flight packet as a reminder.
So that's
safe skies ahead.
And either way you look at it, it's free money whether you have to fill it up yourself. So we're gonna fill us up here quick, 95%. All right, what we got? Taxi clearance.
Ground Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf request taxi to the active departure to the north.
Departure clearance here.
Cessna Oscar Echo, Bravo Sierra Golf taxi to and hold short of runway 01 using taxiway Tango Romeo Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Alright. I'm glad she's remembering all this because I don't have my pen and paper right now.
Taxi to and hold short runway 01 via taxiway Tango Romeo Alpha Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
But it would be cool. Alright. So let's get moving here. Like I said, I give it a good shot. I pull her back down about 700. Otherwise, those speeding really sucks. It's a stupid penalty to get. Man, it's a half a nautical mile away. That's wild. So now you really don't have to follow these blue lines. I try to just normally go, straight for wherever the point is at, where the hold short is. I don't follow the lines. It's too much extra work. I'm looking to get her done fast. It's a simulator, folks. I'm not looking at being exactly perfect. I'm looking at making money quick so I can get onto the airliners or something really cool, buying a second company, then go and buying more aircraft. That's what I'm excited about. You can taxi through. But you can taxi through aircraft on the ground and helicopters, however, and vehicles, cars, vans, whatever. You can taxi through those. However, I always stay away from the buildings, the structures, because I'm not looking at destroying my airplane while I'm on the ground. Okay, yeah, we went in the grass a little bit, but I'm not looking at, like I said, hitting the structure. That ain't worth it to me. Destroying your aircraft while you're down here. Done anything yet? Alright, we're getting close to that hold short here. It's about time. And on this mission, I will show you, I have my keybind set for fast forward and slow down or whatever, not reverse, but it's like it just slows the game back down to the plus and minus on the keypad, on the number pad, on the right hand side of your keyboard. And then you also have your enter button there as well. So when you need to make a ATC call, it's right there as well. So I just normally rest my hand. I got my pointer on the enter, my middle finger on the plus, and my ring finger on the minus.
Tower Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf ready for north departure at runway 01.
Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf.
Cleared for takeoff runway 01 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
Okay, 01.
Sierra Golf continue for north departure.
Tower Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf continue for north departure.
leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Also, one thing about fast forward.
Tower Cessna Oscar Echo.
is
Bravo Sierra Golf frequency change.
when you fast forward, it's great. It's where you're going. However, you miss radio calls quite frequently. So let's see here. This, as you can see, the speed difference here is like 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, 4. And you can see it's kind of glitching because we're going at a high rate of speed right now. Oh, and now you can see we're trying to climb 100,000. And see how fast I had to do that? When you see your airspeed dropping, that's one thing you have to be watching for. Watch your airspeed drop. If you have airspeed dropping, you need to fix it. Now, one thing I've noticed with speeding up this simulator, yes, it is great. However, the one bad thing about it is you're going to get a little bit of wobble. You're going to get a lot of wobbles up and down. You're going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's just happens with the autopilot. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Just deal with it. It's not going to crash your airplane. You're not going to have any issues. However, in the Cessna Caravan, I have found that it will definitely go up and down at like 1,000 feet per minute, plus or minus.
Stall.
Now we're stalling here. Whenever
Stall.
we got ice problem.
Stall. 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 Stall.
See, our trim is at 60. That is not a good sign. So I'm gonna have to drop our trim way back down. Normally, I'd leave it at about 3 or 4. So whatever's going on at 5,000 feet, we're not in. So we're gonna put our altitude at 20. Climb back up to that. So you saw how fast you gotta be on the. That's why I rest my fingers on the plus and the minus, because once you get going, you start speeding up, things can happen relatively quick. And you have to be ready to slow it down, turn the autopilot off, and adjust whatever needs adjusting. Sometimes it's not working. You can almost stall it, almost get into a spin, and that will definitely throw your day out. But again, you can either restart the mission if you crash, or you can hit your home here and skip. So now if I was about to crash here, I did stall in the clouds there or whatever was happening, you can hit escape. Escape brings you here. Not a big deal. So now you can resume, restart. I never abort. I never go to main menu. That wrecks your mission. So, but you can do any of these two is fine. If you can save it and resume, great. Otherwise you can restart, or if you do crash, oh well. Hit the taskbar, close the game before you hit continue. Just leave the game where it's at, whether you crashed or not yet. You can hit restart, but once you crash, there is no restart. Once you crash, it brings you up to a different page, and it says pretty much you crashed, and then there's a little button to continue. Do not hit continue. Do not hit continue. What you need to do is close, go to the taskbar, right click, close window or close application, whatever it is. It's not worth losing your airplane unless you're really into the sim and want to lose the money. I'm not doing it like that. So back to the mission. Hit the resume, and we're still on autopilot. Everything is just like a pause. Everything's back. So pause and our resume. So it looks like there's gonna be some mountainous terrain up here. That
India Papa Foxtrot traffic Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf 3 miles south 3,000 feet inbound to land runway 27.
Altitude drop here. Particle airspeed. Cutter power. Now you can do a slip. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with me being a pilot. Slips are common practice. If you're really high, you can push in the right or the left rudder and steer the opposite direction. So I can show you how to do a slip here really fast. Let's see here, if I zoom out here, look down at my feet, you can see my pedals here. See my pedal? I just turned off the autopilot. So here's my feet, here's the yoke. So I'm going to put it in left or right rudder and steer left. So you're going to be coming down and you're going to see your altitude drop rapid. Alright, so now we're running low. We're still passing over here. Alright. Alright. So I kind of flew us off course a little bit to show you that, but like I said, if you're high, you're gonna super miss the airport. Just hit a quick slip. Not a big deal. You're not losing out on a whole lot. In fact, especially on the skydiving missions, when you're at 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 feet, it is great to hit a slip. Don't go over speed, but hit a slip to the point where you're pretty close to going over speed. I think it's 150 on the Cessna 150, or the Cessna Caravan, not the 150. The Cessna Caravan, I think it's 150, 160, somewhere right around there. And you can slip, so push that right rudder and turn the yoke to the left. And you will lose like 3,000 feet a minute, and you will get that mission done very fast. And that is one thing that I like to do. Just like I said, I like to get them done. Let's get this mission done. Let's get into the next one. That's what it's all about. And in real life, they're probably not slipping at one thing, but they're definitely descending with the ground because they're doing the same thing. They're company, skydiving companies there to make money. So what are they going to do? They're going to get up as fast as they can and get back down as fast as they can with being safe. You have to be safe. It's not about rushing. That's what gets people killed in real life. Is rushing through stuff. As a simulator, it's a simulator. But it can do it. So definitely hit the slip if you're too high. Not a big deal. So we're final here. Trim down a bunch here. So I trim down a bunch because when you put your flaps in, your nose comes straight up. So you need help pushing your nose down to be stable. So we're gonna hit that 11% like I like. I'm gonna pull up a little bit just to slow us down. We're on base now. Base leg. We're killing power. Keep that nose up here. And once we hit our speed, then we'll put our flaps in. Oh, I just hit all 3 flaps right away. Okay, now we bring the nose down. 50% throttle is what I normally go for. About 1,800 RPMs is what you're looking for. Anything more than that, you're speeding. Anything less than that, you're kind of stalling. So we'll hit our ATC quick. There's the airport.
500.
Site. Alright.
Lima India Papa Foxtrot traffic Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf is on final runway 27 to land.
Let's see if we can get a better landing than the last one. The approach was great, but the glitch was not great. When we touched down, the plane kind of bounced and glitched. Had a little jump, so let's try to get a little bit smoother this one. Let's put our wings down to about 15, 1600. That goes down. Speed up a little bit. And kill power. We've got the runway mate. Even if we lose our engine right now, we've got the runway mate. Get that glide in there.
Lima India Papa Foxtrot traffic Cessna Oscar Echo.
That's how fast.
Bravo Sierra Golf is taxiing to
Pretty
parking.
smooth. Once you get a system down, you can get these missions just flowing, especially these cargo missions. You're making a lot more than any of the other ones initially. And I wanted to, my goal was to save up for a Cessna Caravan right away. And because that was like, I don't know, 200,000 or something like that. And for your first plane. And then I was going to do bigger cargo missions, but I was like, I couldn't wait anymore. So I bought that $20,000 airplane, the Cessna 172, bought the cargo company, and we just went for that. And we're still making decent money, and got a second airplane for 280,000 or whatever it was, 18,000. So that's decent. And now we can save up once we get our passive income thing working out. Once we figure that out, and we can get that going too. So control space, control shift E, shut her down, and let's fuel, and we're mission complete. Let's see what we got. With no skips this time. Decent. We had a couple overflying the airports without saying something, which is garbage. And one prohibited airspace. I don't, because we were slipping there. Now we're showing you. Oh well. Still made A, and got 440,000 XP. Let's see what those dollars come to here. Boom! 98,000. Base 25. Reputation. No skip. See, 40,000 for no skip. We fast forward, no skip. Weather wasn't all that bad, but still get a really great credit for that. 98. We'll take it. Now we can fix up our airplane the rest of the way. Keep that going. See, still no passive income, so I'm not exactly sure how that works, but hopefully we can get that figured out. Manage. Again, hit that up. Yes. Unfortunately, we'll hit our, dang, so our fuel system now looks like it went out, or our landing gear, something didn't go well. So we'll maintain the whole thing. And now this plane is ready to go. 120,000, still not a great sale. Not gonna do that. That's only about half of our money. Let's see what our next airplane is gonna cost us. I like to go used. Yeah, there's more risk, like I just had with that $18,000 aircraft, having all those problems. Yeah, not great. That's pretty high. And like, I mean, you're looking at millions for these, and the Cessna Caravans. And when you buy your first airplane, it's like 280 or 290 for the one. That's 290,000. This is a lot. So, in my opinion, save up for the Cessna Caravan. Have some self-control, like I did not have. Save up for the Cessna Caravan, get one of those going, and you're gonna make a substantial amount more than what I'm making. But a brand new Cessna 172 was 500,000. 500,000. So that's over double what we paid for our used one, but we put 160 into it. So we're still less than this. However, you're almost better off just going with the brand new one and not having to worry about, you know, issues. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot better having something brand new. I would definitely insure it right away for a there's no point in having no insurance. You crash, you're only covered 10%. That's not worth it. Go the big money route, and you crash. Yeah, you got salvage coverage. Yeah, you got crash coverage. It is what it is. So, alright. Let's see what we got. Try our next mission. I really want to know why we're not making any money. I've flown one down here before, yeah. I started off where I'm from. Started off in Minneapolis. But we came over here because there was a lot more missions going on over here, so we went with that route. One thing I wish it did here was show you where there's missions at, so you can transfer the plane to that area. So, because maybe that's why the passive income's not going, is because there's no missions near that airplane. I'm not sure. Let's find out. It'll show us where our airplanes are. So we got one here. Come on, finish loading here. And we got one up here. So yeah, we do have a plane right here. Why is it not flying for us? One aircraft available. And it's got the crew is on that one. Let's see. If you have to do that. I'm not sure. Let's see. We have the crew listed on this aircraft. Let's accept the mission, see if we have to fly it or see what happens here. Management. We're not gonna, we know it's good to go. We're gonna give them less fuel because they don't need all of that. We'll give them 80. Defuel. Sell. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to work or what we have to do here. Let's see, change aircraft. Because it should say whether the crew is on or not. So let's see here. On site, that would be a transfer fee. It doesn't really tell you if the crew is on or not. So, but we know the crew is on this plane because if we didn't fly over here. We didn't fly this one yet. So, not exactly sure. Cargo 0 pounds. Yet we're hauling something. So we got 8 hours of total flight time, but that's with fast forwarding too, and skipping, I think. So we have quite a bit of time here. I know that's from fast forwarding yesterday. I did quite a bit of fast forwarding to a few different airports yesterday. But I figured if I click on that, that would bring up our pilot information to see if, well, I'm not sure. Really don't want to fly that one. Let's go back to the menu. It is pretty flat, so we could probably fly that one without having any issues. But what upsets me is you can't do the. Let's see if it gives you any help here. Nope, no help. Yeah, because we just did this one. That's where we're at. That's where our plane's at. So we just did this one. We landed in Ferrara, however you pronounce that. That's where we are. But we have another plane up here. So, where the heck? So let's see. Let's just see what happens. If we have to fly it, oh well. But we're not at that airport and we have a plane there. So hopefully it just accepts the crew. We'll see when we load in here. Alright. Management, make sure fuel is still there, 80, yep, okay, cool. Just in case that it does give them, the crew members, the plane, I want to make sure they have fuel. So we'll fly and see what happens. See if this is a crew thing or if we gotta do it. And who knows, maybe crew means it's not really passive necessarily, because if you have to sit through the whole flight with the other crew member and you have to be there, it's not really passive because you're still taking the time to go through the flight. So it looks like we're going to have to fly this. Like I said, not a huge deal. Oh well. Now we got crew on. So I've never flown a flight with crew on that airplane. So we'll see how that goes. See if we actually have a crew member in the passenger seat with us, or what the dealio is with that. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I see no crew member, just a bunch of boxes. Holy smokes. Quit spinning us around the plane. Alright. Turn the fuel on. Get our procedures going.
Hi there. It's Alexei. Now that you're all set up, let me go over the important details with you. You're carrying goods in bulk on this flight. Standard shipment for our partner based in Newburgh at Jordanau, but super urgent. You must reach Newburgh ABASAP. Sensitive cargo containers are designed to withstand turbulence, but it's crucial that you keep a steady flight speed and adjust to changing conditions. Let's get the cargo there secure and on time. All relevant information is in your flight packet, which is uploaded on your map as a reference. Safe flying, Captain.
Thanks, boss. Let's set our altitude here right away. I like to have to do that when I'm taking off. And we'll request our taxi clearance.
Ground Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf with Echo request taxi to the active departure to the west.
We're gonna actually be going.
Cessna Oscar Echo, Bravo Sierra Golf Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 15 via taxiway Golf Lima. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
That's really cool.
Taxi to and hold short runway 15 via taxiway Golf Lima Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
Alright, so I think our heading is relatively close. That kind of looks like maybe 3231 heading. So we'll go right between it. Should be relatively close. Alright, we'll release our brakes and we'll get taxied. Double check, I'm pretty sure I did our fuel select already. Alright, here we go. So it kind of sucks that this isn't passive
Bravo Sierra Golf, continue for west departure.
Salzburg Tower, Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf, continue for west departure.
Sierra Golf.
Salzburg Tower, Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf, frequency change.
2 fly straight in runway 27.
Make straight in runway 27 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
Alright, so we're gonna trail along the final here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slow this sim down quite a bit. We're gonna turn on pilot on here. Keep the power pretty high. So we're gonna keep the nose up, get under speed, and drop the flaps. Trim set to -11%, and once we're there, speed back up about 1900 RPMs. Making sure our game is in the right speed setting here. So I'm fast forwarding going up super slow because I think you can go really slowly. If you slow down even further, you're going to get some lots.
Stall. Stall.
I'm on normal speed on the way there. Again, so we're going pretty slow right now. Our ground speed is supposedly 96 knots. Our airspeed is 72, so it's almost like we have a tailwind.
Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf wind 036 at 4. Cleared to land runway 27.
Clear to land runway 27 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
So it's interesting that our ground speed is 94 knots. Our indicated airspeed is 71, 70 knots. But it's just a picture. It's a 3-year ground speed right here. So yes, ground speed 94 knots. And maybe this is in miles per hour instead of knots. It's like knots right there. So I don't know. It's interesting. Because you always land in the wind. You never land with the wind.
Bravo Sierra Golf, please acknowledge. Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf, turn next taxiway.
Okay, next taxiway. Front isn't what we can do here behind us. Turn around here quick. For whatever reason, it wants us to go back this way. So back taxi. And what's great about back taxiing is you're on the runway, so you are not on a taxi, so you can go as fast as you want as long as you don't take back up and don't crash. So we're gonna go here a little bit. Power here. It's nice and power.
Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf, exit runway when able.
Let's cruise in right here. Okay, now once we cross this white line, we have to slow down. Wait a minute. Alright. We don't want any more penalties.
Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf, contact ground on 122.1.
1221.
122.1 Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
Alright. Stop here. Get our taxi clearance.
Donau Ground Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf request taxi to parking.
Cessna Oscar Echo. Bravo Sierra Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway.
Really? We're gonna taxi on.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Cessna Bravo Sierra Golf.
That is super handy. Love to see it. And we are done. Brake. Engine shut down. Full fuel. And we are done, just like that. Not passive income like we thought, and airline procedures because we overflew the airport 3 different times without giving a call, which again isn't our fault, but it is what it is. No skip bonus, huge right there. We'll take it. We're gonna be a little bit down on our rating, but that isn't a big deal to me. Let's see that money. All right, yep, we'll take it. There was no bad weather bonus on this one, so that was like 29 or 20,000 last time, so that still would have brought us up quite a bit, but we'll take what we got. Now we're going to drop down a little bit here. Oh well, not something I'm concerned about. Alright, so let's see. So now we're here, load, and our other plane is down here. So you can't even like click on your plane. No, you can't. Crew. No. Yes. Okay. So now crew is on there. Alright, and we'll see. Is crew on here? That's where we are. So it won't even let us click that one. But we got the crew on here. So, and we have to maintain that aircraft for whatever reason. Manage aircraft. Won't let us update check. Won't let us maintain. Gotta love that. Alright, so let's go back to HQ. We'll see if we can manage our planes. We'll see what's crack-a-lacking in here. So again, no passive income. No, still no insurance costs yet, which is fine with me because we've got some insurance coming out here pretty soon. So I got the crew on both of these. Let's manage this one first. Checkup is done. Looks like we need to maintain the landing gear. I didn't think my landing was that bad, but all right. We'll maintain it. It's cheap. Like I said, I like to keep my aircrafts maintained. Do this one, and we can't click that one, but we know it's all good and anew, so we don't need to click any of these. We're all good there. And our crew is both on, so not exactly sure. We have 0 grounded aircraft, 0 aircraft in use. So I'm not exactly sure why we can't get our passive income going. Because that, we got the crew on both of these. So, we'll see. Maybe let's do a certification, let's switch things up a little bit. So I don't have my multi-engine yet, we can go for that, that's 15, and then we got, 30. So we're looking at 45 between the two. And then we can get our airline transport. That's what I really want to get, is our turboprop.